Yo, what it is, YouTube? It's your boy Nitsa coming back with another bullseye tutorial here today on the channel. I got one I had a lot of fun with, Finesse2Tymes. You know, he just jumped out, and you know, I think he's one of the hottest rappers right now. He got features from Gucci Man and a lot of you know, rappers that we like. So you know, he's already locked into the game. He's just an overall solid dude. I love his music. So I'm gonna jump into this vocal tutorial. If you guys have any more suggestions for any type of artist you want to see, drop it down below. And if y'all do want to get this template, you can check it out down below and go ahead and grab it. So let's listen to it right away.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm getting 40 a show, but still gon' break on the hole. I need some more. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm getting 40 a show, but still gon' break on the hole. I need some more. 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 Some more. I need some more. I need some more. Let me get that. Oh yeah. 3,800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. 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 Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit for you. She gotta pay me the fuck. Baby, I ain't got this dick for you. Wait, you thought I was a trick. Wait, you thought I was a lick. Thought I'm another rapper with a tender dick. Lord knows I can't stand a bitch. You took that bitch on a date, you bought her a stage just to put her in place. Yeah, I sent that bitch out of state, she asked for a break. I told that bitch wait, give a fuck about her ass big. Put a bitch in the back like an ad-lib. Keep asking me for a band, so that bitch you might as well take.
All right, guys, so that's what we have right here. Let's listen to it, what it sounds like without it.
Oh shit, I'm getting 40 a show, still gon' break on the hole. I need some more. 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 Let me get that. Oh yeah, 3,800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit for you. She gotta pay me the fuck. Baby, I ain't got this dick for you. Wait, you thought I was a trick. Wait, you thought I was a lick. Thought I'm another rapper with a tender dick. Lord knows I can't stand a bitch. You took that bitch on a date, you bought her a stage just to put her in place. Yeah, I sent that bitch out of state, she asked for a break. I told that bitch.
All right, so you guys got the gist of it. So the very first thing that I wanted to talk about is when you're an engineer, you need to understand how much space is in the beat. So I was already listening to things like the 808 and you know the piano, and I was paying attention to how everything in the beat just sounded so active. So even when you're a rapper and you're approaching the beat, you have to understand like where is the space. You got to get in where you fit in as you know, an engineer trying to figure out where you're trying to place the vocal in the actual music. You know, there's not an unlimited amount of space, so you should keep that in mind. When I was listening to, you know, Finesse2Tymes vocal, I was thinking about swag, I was thinking about the streets, I was thinking about, you know, boss life, you know, he needs some more, he just got a pack, he already sold it, that quit, now he about to re-up. So that's what it was already kind of running through my mind a little bit. So I used the VEQ, you know, and the VEQ is an emulation of, I believe, the Neve 1084. This has more bands than the other one, which is the 3 band. So the difference between the Neve 1084 and the 73 is the Neve 1084, it has high pass and low pass filters, and it gives you 4 bands. It lets you dial in it a little bit more, versus with the 1073 it only gives you 3 bands. So this is Waves' emulation of a 1073, and let's just pay attention. I was just, you know, kind of shaping my low end because that's really the proximity. I don't care about if the vocal is muddy or dirty. I don't care about none of that stuff. I care about how I'm going to position the vocal inside of the music, because I only got a limited amount of space. It's kind of like being in elementary school. I got to put the block where the block is at, the triangle where the triangle is at, and the, you know, the circle where the circle is at. So I got to you know, position everything. I got to put it into the slot. So you know, pretty much I was just working that lower end of his vocal. His vocal is kind of deep, so I was slightly aggressive, but not really. And with the mid-range, I left it relatively flat, and I boosted the top, not for clarity, but because I wanted to bring out the breaths, the transition. My main goal with the lead vocals, I wanted it to be up forward. Sometimes you might want the lead vocal to be in the back. It all depends on where you want to put everything. You know, you're kind of like an interior decorator or designer when you're engineer. You're positioning where all the furniture is at inside of the building. So let's listen to it, what it sounds like with and without.
Oh shit, I'm getting 40 a show, but still gon' break on the hole. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that all, yeah. 3,800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit for you. She gotta pay me the fuck. Baby, I ain't got this dick for you. Wait, you thought I was a trick. Wait, you thought I was a lick.
Okay, so as you can hear right there, just kind of like shaping that low end, that's what your human ear uses to determine distance. So don't let people just tell you that EQ is about cleaning up the mud and you gotta make it sound so squeaky clean, because first of all, he's an artist that literally came out the mud. He literally came out of the trenches. He literally, his environment, his atmosphere that he grew up was not a squeaky clean thing. So why would you try to take a vocal and make it squeaky clean like that? Because that doesn't reflect him as a person. Being an engineer is like being like a person who does portraits. You know, the artist, the rapper is coming in there, and you got to take the image of the rapper and put it into the music, so that when the people, you know, like friends, family, listen to the music, they're like, wow, that really sounds like him. This song sounds like the person. So you need to understand that. Next thing, you know, I'm keeping it in my head that the 808 is very active. I'm listening to the instruments. There's a lot of bounce, so I want my lead vocal to be stable. So the music is making it obvious to me that I need to pick a compressor with a slow release time, something that's going to give it stability and help it image well. I'm trying to help make the middle very dense, so I picked the CLA2A, and I'm understanding that, you know, it has a slow attack, so it's letting that initial transient of that vocal come through. The, oh, I need some more, 3,800 a bag, I did that, like all of that. I need that to come through, because that's what the streets is going to feel. That's what's going to hit home. That's the impact of the words. So if you're using fast attack compression, I mean, you get the advantage of pushing the vocal in the back if that's what you want to do. But for the most part, you know, you might find yourself in a situation where, you know, you killing the punch of the vocal, the cutting, the boom, the pop, because that 808 is hitting hard, but you don't want the 808 and the vocal to be fighting each other. So maybe slower attack compression in the beginning is a little bit better. And we was doing like what, 1 to 3 dB, nothing crazy.
Oh shit, I'm getting 40 a show, but still gonna break on a hole. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that all, yeah. 3,800 a bag. I came back on the ass.
All right, so you guys see that right there. Next thing that we have is the C4, and I was using the C4 here just to you know, level out the vocal, just to help everything become a little bit more dense. And pay attention to the top part. I was paying attention in this song how his vocal sounded so smooth on the top. I'm barely doing any DS and I'm barely doing anything, but still the highs of my vocal sound very smooth. And it's kind of the way I work the microphone. I mean, even when I do rap into the microphone, I kind of know when to back up. So sometimes as an engineer, you need to coach the artist in real life and say, oh, you know, that word is kind of a little bit too harsh when you saying chop chop put, you know, those that line was kind of harsh, fam. You know, go ahead and redo it again. You don't even gotta say all that. You just gotta be like, oh, redo it again. You know, so as an engineer, you gotta figure out how to get the best take. You know, when you get the best take from the person, you don't have to make it sound more better, because it already sounds good. So let's look at the multi-band compressor real quick. I am gonna be doing a video on the multi-band compressor real quick, but the most important thing is I was just really tight on that top mid. You know, the high mid, that transient is also the distance as well. So I didn't want to be too aggressive. My release time was relatively quick, you know, so I wanted to keep the impact of the transient. Sometimes if it's too slow, it will give that effect of pushing that vocal back, but I wanted it to be up front. So let's listen.
Oh shit, I'm getting 40 a show, but still gonna break on a hole. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that all, yeah. 3,800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit.
So I'm using the multi-band compressor in a situation like this. Sometimes I might use it for movement because I want my vocal to pop, 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 jump back and forth, kind of elastic type of thing. But in a situation like this, I used it more for like utility, using it as a construction worker. You know, it had a little job to do and it did it. You know, it kind of helped the harshness, you know, get rounded off, and it also just helped, you know, level off the vocal, help just make everything sound a little bit more consistent and dense. But you know, before I even popped it open, I already knew in the beginning that, hey, I want my vocal to be the anchor for this song. I want it to be the brakes. Everything else can be the tires moving around, but this is going to be that one thing that keeps everything in place. So sometimes it's not like that in the song, but this was a situation where it is. And the CLA 76, what I was using, nothing crazy, you know, and like I said again, a slower release time and a slow attack time. So in a situation like this, my needle was just rocking around, man. It was just rocking around, and it was just going with the tempo of the music. I need some 3800 a bag. I need some more. That's some more part where he was just repeating it. I was just paying attention to my needle or my compressor right there, because I'm like, yo, that's like the main meat. That's the main appetizer, the main, you know, entree, the dish of the meal, which is the song. So I need to make sure that the compressor is bumping and grooving and complementing that, helping that part stand out. Smo. Like, damn, if you ever been in a situation like that, you know, when you down and you get a little something, you want some more, and you want to keep going over and over again. So let's look at that.
100 a bag, I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. Let me get that. I told that bitch no.
So if anything, in a situation like that, you hear more of the, is really triggering the compression, more of the breaths and more of the nuances is, you know, pushing that compression. It's not even the actual words. So that's why for me, compression is more about tonality. You know, how do I want this message, you know, that I'm trying to get over to the listener? How do I want it to hit them? You know, the Summo, the him breathing, it just makes you think of him hustling, going. You know, when you working out in the gym and you breathing, you trying to go, you trying to push yourself. You know, breathing and pumping and movement is what helps you let the person know that, hey, you know, this person is driven, and that's what the song is about. You got to understand the message of the song and put that into the mix. That's not an easy thing to do, but over time you will understand it. So make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe, because that's what we do around here. And then after that, I use the Shep's Omni channel. Most important thing to me was the saturation, and I was using the saturation to give me that smoothing characteristic. I didn't really do much with my de-esser. My de-esser was only doing about 1 dB, just tickling the thing. So I try to you know, stay away from heavy de-essing. If anything, I like to use the multiband a little bit more, because it lets me control the release time and it bounces back a little bit faster. But with the saturation of the Shep's Omni channel, you know, I just pushed it a little bit, and it kind of has a smoothing characteristic to it. Then after that, you know, I still want to get some of that snap. I don't want it to be too smooth, you know, so sometimes you got to make sure you don't get carried away with the direction that you're going in. You know, you don't want to go too far down the road. So I use the VCA to bring up a little bit of that snap. I need some more 3800 a bag, and then with the EQ, you know, I just did a small little cut. This you know, Shep's Omni channel is pretty good. You know, it lets you really dial in some stuff. So all of the plugins in here are just a part of the Waves basic gold bundle, except for like 2 of them. And you know, we just did a little bit more rolling off the lows, just the positioning, and it lets you actually pick the slope of the filter, which kind of makes it a little bit you know, a little bit better than some other channel strips, because with this one right here, you get to pick how aggressive you want it to be. You know, the 6 is probably the most gentlest slope, 12 is moderate, 18 is very aggressive. So you get to pick between both of them, which is dope. So let's listen.
100 a bag, I came back on the ass. I need some more. 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 Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit for you. She gotta pay me the fuck. Baby, I ain't got this dick for you. Wait, you thought I was a trick. Wait, you thought I was a lick. Thought I'm another rapper with a tender dick. Lord knows I can't stand a bitch. You took that bitch on a date. You bought her a stage just to put her up.
All right, so with my EQ move, you kind of heard how the vocal was sitting back, but I wanted to bring it forward. So that's coming back to what I was saying, frequency control. Understanding that, you know, I was boosting a little bit of that top, that high mid, not for more brightness. I don't care about that. I care about how I'm bringing the vocal front and back, push and pull. So, you know, I boosted it up a little bit on the top, and that just brought the vocal forward. And the VCA, you know, that snappiness, it just, it just reminds me of the streets. So I love that. And then after that, let's look at this. You know, we had some fresh air right here just to brighten it up a little bit, I guess. And then after that, most important thing too is I had a meta flanger on my reverb, and with that, it was just, I used a doubling effect on my reverb pretty much just to make the reverb sound a little bit more spread out. I didn't want the reverb to be too focused, because then, you know, especially with the 808 being so active, when you're reverberating the lows a little bit too much, it's gonna make everything sound softer. So with my vocal, I want it to be the hard center. I want it to be the brakes that stop the car, you know. And then you know, we just pretty much had some things like the Aphex Vintage Oral Exciter, just bringing in some of that brightness, bringing in some of that edge. And you know, this is like, this plugin kind of reminds me of the C800. So the C800 has a tube inside of it, that type of microphone, but this plugin is modeling a tube exciter, which is incredible because you got to understand the parts that are in some of this stuff to know how to really use them. You know, if you didn't understand that it was a Ferrari and that it was made to drive it fast, then when you get inside of it, how are you going to know how to whip the car, you know? So the next thing that we have is the V comp, you know, just parallel compression, 2 of them. I'm looking for density. This one was more for like movement.
100 the bag, I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more.
So that was just bringing in that, pumping in that breathing. The nuances are very important. So I'm using the nuances as a way to tell the listener, hey, this vocal's forward. And after that, you know, we had the ad-libs, which, ooh, I was having fun on them ad-libs, bruh. Oh man, let me show you the ad-libs with.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, I'm getting 40 a show, but still gon' break on the hole. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. Oh yeah, 3800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit for you.
Pay attention to the actual editing of the ad-libs. So pay attention to how I was cutting up, putting them some stereo, some on one side and the other. And in a situation like this, I had 2 ad-libs that were kind of like my wide ad-libs, and these ad-libs in the middle were kind of my centered ad-libs, and they had a little effect on them, something that's different. And this was the phaser stomp as well as the CLA2A. But you know, this was only for that specifically. I paid attention when he was making this song, and you know, like the ad-libs changed, which I thought was so raw, bruh. The ad-libs from the hook to the verse, they had their own effect on it. So it just kind of helped the listener understand that, you know, this is a brand new thing. We're moving in the song. So I really like stuff like that. And, you know, I brought it over here and I emulated it here. I just added a phaser to these ones specifically, but they don't come up that frequently. So when the listener hears the ad-libs, they're like, whoa, and pay attention to them ad-libs. I think I sounded just like him right here.
Bitch, no, I ain't got shit for you.
Yeah, so I feel like that was like a pretty accurate ad-lib. So you know, and like I said, you know, when you first heard the ad-libs, they sounded so boomy and so nasty and like so upfront. But the main thing about it is I brought in an EQ and I used the lower register. That's the distance. I'm trying to tell you, I got aggressive with the low end of the ad-libs, and that's what helped it push it back. That's what made it get into position. Everything is getting into formation. You know, when I'm an engineer, I feel like I'm a quarterback. I'm telling this person to go over here, this person to go over here. I'm putting everything in position. So that's what you need to focus on too, you know, as a mixer. EQ is not about making it sound clean or dirty. I'm just gonna keep preaching that over and over again because I don't want people to think that engineering is being a robot. Beep boop bop, beep boop bop. You know, there's a lot of people who are trying to make it seem like engineers are robots, but they don't even understand how much they hurt in the game when they do something like that. They don't understand how much they hurt in producers when they do that, because an engineer, being an engineer, is about having creativity, you know, having them a little effects, doing all those little ear candies and stuff like that. It's not just, oh yeah, you know, he wrote off the lows and he tamed the peaks, like we're just some, you know, freaking construction worker with a hammer and we only got one job to do, like we're some type of robot or something like that. That's not the case, bruh. You know, being engineer is about being creativity. You got to bring your creative influence into the music. And also when you coaching the artist and when you talking to them, you know, you got to help the artist get into a mood, get into a vibe so they could give you the best take. So being an engineer, that's really important. You actually have direct influence on the song. You got to understand that you're not just a robot. Don't let people tell you you're just a robot. You have a job to do. You just take out the breaths and you cut this and you cut that. And no. That's not what engineering is about. Engineering is about being creative and bringing your creative ideas or artistic ideas. You're an artist too. You're an artist too when you're an engineer. You're an artist. You're not just an engineer, you're an artist. You literally an artist that's helping paint the picture too, you know? And let's look at the next thing, which is the CLA 76. I put the all buttons in for the release time, the pumping. You know, I wanted to make the ad-lib sound a little urgent, so I brought that in there. And then after that, you know, we had the VEQ, so this is what, the 1073. And then, you know, I was just doing some movement, you know, just boosting this up a little bit in the top, you know, just trying to help the ad-lib not get lost in the, you know, the filtering. So that's something I'm big on right now, you know, trying to, you know, do like high shelves and even little high peaks on the high mid, because when you're doing that aggressive roll off to push the ad-lib back, sometimes you could lose, you know, what the person is saying. You don't ever want the ad-libs to be like sound like a wash, you know. You still want them to sound like they're far away but still understandable. and that's what we did right here. Then, you know, just a regular old H delay, nothing crazy. Put it on ping pong too. And then lastly, a flanger. So the flanger was just helping it kind of modulate a little bit. Like them ad-libs in the beginning of the hook, they don't sound the same exact way as where it comes towards the end of the song. So we just gonna you know, jam out to this one real quick. If you guys are interested in this template, go ahead and grab it down below. If you guys have any more ad-libs, if you have any more suggestions for any content, drop it down below. We just gonna jam out to this and get out of here.
Oh shit, I'm getting 40 a show, but still gon' break on a hole. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. Oh yeah, 3800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. I told that bitch no. I ain't got shit for you. She gotta pay me the fuck. Baby, I ain't got this dick for you. Wait, you thought I was a trick. Wait, you thought I was a lick. Thought I'm another rapper with a tender dick. Lord knows I can't stand a bitch. You took that bitch on a date, you bought her a stage just to put her in place. Yeah, I sent that bitch out of state, she asked for a break. I told that bitch wait, give a fuck about her ass big. Put a bitch in the back like an ad-lib. Keep asking me for a bad, told that bitch she might as well take a bad pill. Bitch die, I ain't got shit for you. I throw water on the bitch even if she fire. Let that hoe suck a nigga till he dry. Order a Mac down on double fry. Say you ain't tricking if you got it. Whoever said that nigga ain't had shit. 100 years or $100, it don't matter, bitch. I'm still pimping. I'm getting 40 a show, but still gon' break on a hole. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Let me get that. Oh yeah, 3800 a bag. I came back on the ass. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. I need some more. I need some more, some more, some more, some more, some more.